Okay, today's Friday, the week before the Berkeley Marathon's registration, and I'm just going to be going through the kit that I plan on running each lap with and how I'm going to pack it. So like any ultra, there's a compulsory kit list. I've printed that out and I'll go through what I'm using as that compulsory kit. So to start with, I'm going to be using my trusty Salomon Advanced Skin 12 set. It's really showing signs of wear, but a bit of sewing and stitching has meant that it's still going strong. I love it, there's no issues with it, so that's the pack that I'll be using. On the list is a waterproof jacket, and this is mine, my Innovate Storm Jacket. Very nice and light, compacts right up. I'm hoping we won't have to use it, and if I do, it's just because it gets cold. So this packed right up into the hood or into the chest pocket as well. So I'll show you how to pack that. Also is a pair of waterproof trousers. I don't plan on using these at all, but you've got to take them with you. So that's the smallest, thinnest pair I could find. Next on the list is a warm hat or a buff. I'm pretty warm anyway, so I don't plan on taking a woolly hat or anything, and this folds back down nicely. Also a warm pair of gloves. I've got some Mountain Hardware inner gloves here as well. I'll be taking my running cap as well for during the day. I do sweat a lot and this really helps with that. Fully charged mobile phones, I'll be taking this. I might put it inside a plastic bag just to keep it from the rain if it is looking like rain, but I'll take a phone charged. I'll be taking this head torch, the HMRT Fenix trail running torch. It's really good battery life on it. I'll be taking that as my main head torch. And instead of spare batteries, I'm just going to be taking a Petzl head torch as a spare backup. That'll be fully charged as well. You need the means to be able to carry a litre of fluid, so I'll be taking these two 500ml flasks. I probably will have another two back at the base station, pre-filled, ready to go when I come back after each lap. I'll be taking, obviously, my COROS Apex Pro watch, a compass, on registration evening, the map where we can mark up all the checkpoints that we need to visit, and a compass is also part of that, so we need to take that in order to be able to navigate to those locations. I have a GPS device as well. I don't really think I'll need it with this race because we don't have the route in advance, so I won't be able to put it on there, but it's always good to have just if you get stuck and you want to know where you are. An emergency foil blanket, folds down, never needed it, but you never know, so that will be packed as well. You need one source of high vis to be visible when the night time comes. So I've got these armbands. I plan on putting one on my ankle because it's less intrusive and obstructive, and I think the other one might just go on my pack somewhere if I need to. So those are the two reflective strips that are needed. And then in this pack I've got all my first aid kit. Basic first aid kit, gauzes, tape, plasters, blister plasters, some kinesiology tape, and of course some toilet paper as well. So that will be coming with me. A base layer is also part of the mandatory kit. So if you do get caught out, if it's wet, if you're waiting somewhere for a long time, you start getting cold, this is when you'll bring this out, put this on while you're waiting for some help or support. This is my Patagonia long sleeve base layer. Which I'll be folding down. It's nice and thin and light, very warm, and I'll be folding it down and packing it away into the backpack of my back. The last bit of requirement is fueling, your own source of fuel during the lap that you're doing, and to be able to replenish after each lap. Now, I'm taking a couple of gels and these Cliff Block energy chews, which I really like, along with me because I don't plan on having too many gels. I'll have a bit of electrolyte in my soft flasks, but the majority of my nutrition will come from solid food, which I'll carry with me, and I'll do that in another video. One last thing I like to take is a collapsible cup. This is just easy for aid stations where you can just fill up your drink and have it and then pack it away. One other requirement is a whistle in case you get into a problem, and the Salomon pack has one built in, strapped to the inner side here on the chest strap, and that's a whistle that will comply. So all else that is outstanding is the GPS tracker which you get issued at registration, as well as the map that you will mark up and take with you on each lap. That's issued at registration as well. So now let's see if we can fit all of this stuff into the pack. Let's go. Okay, so I always start with the stuff that I'm not going to need or hopefully won't need. And that goes in the back section of the Salomon pack. There's a zip down the side, and then inside we've got a little inner pocket, this white one, and a large section. Now in this inner little pocket, I put in a bag to keep it dry and protected. I put that inside the white stuff pack like that, okay? Now, the next bit is I use a dry bag to keep everything dry, obviously. And inside there, I'm going to put in my base layer. I'm going to put the buff in there. I'm going to put my gloves in there as well. And I'm going to put my waterproof trousers in there as well. The good thing about a dry sack like this is you can normally compress it right down and get all the air out of it before you seal it. Okay, so there we have all that kit packed into there. Now we need to put it into the back of the bag. Flip that over. Now this bit will be facing outwards. I don't want that digging into my back. Put it in underneath my first aid kit. Foil blanket can just go in between those two layers. And then I'll put my spare head torch in there as well. That's because I plan on using my main head torch throughout. Okay, so this is how that looks, and if you can see, there's a bit of sewing, a bit of maintenance that I've had to do to that in the past. If we spread the pack out like this now, we've got two zip sections on the sides. In one of those, I'm going to put my head torch. That means I can access it without taking the pack off. And in the other one, I normally put my collapsible cup. So put that in there. The reflective strips can just go into the back here until I need them, into the big stuff sack at the back. And then my compact waterproof will also be stuffed into the back there like that as well. So when you hold it up, it sits nicely in the nape of your back in the lower back section. Okay, the hat will obviously be on. Now in the front, we've got two sections here. One a zip pocket, normally where I put my car keys if I need them. But on the other side is a nice pouch where you can put in well, anything you want, but I'll put my compass in there. The watch I'll be wearing. The soft flasks I always put in last because I need to fill them up. GPS device can just go into here. Now normally I'll stuff all of these nutrition gels, chews in one of these side pockets. But recently I've discovered something else. So just wait there. Discovered these beauties. These are simple trail running shorts from Decathlon. But what's good about them is they have a waistband all the way around that is stretchy, and you can put in plenty of gels, snacks, a dog lead, and at the back it's got a nice section for your phone if it's not wet, or additional storage for anything else that you might need. And since discovering these, it's meant that I can put a lot more down on my waist instead of in this pack, which has freed up the front pockets for anything else I might need. And in this particular race, I'm going to be putting a lot of pages from the books at the different checkpoints into these front pockets to make sure I've got them on me at all times. So as I said, the nutrition and gels, they'll go in my shorts. Let's do this up. Okay, so this is how the pack will look. Bulky from the back, but on the front it's real snug and fits really well. If I need to get anything out, I can just reach behind, put my hand in there and get out my waterproof, no problem. You flick it and just put it on like this. And when you're looking for a waterproof jacket, always take into account, does it fit over my pack? Now either you can fit it over your pack, or if you've got a really bulky one, you'll have to take the pack off. But this particular jacket fits over, and it means you save a lot of time. It's also got a nice pocket in the middle there, okay? And to take it off, you can do that on the move as well. Just slow down to a walk, take it off straight away. It does pack into its front pocket here, but for me that takes too long, so I just fold it up and wrap it into its hood. Basically the same size. And then just pull this open and stuff it in the back. And then you're good to go. So that was a very quick overview of the mandatory kit and some additional pieces of kit that I'll be taking with me on the Berkeley Marathons next week. Still to come this week, I'm going to be doing a video on my base aid station. So after each lap, when I get back around, what there will be at the back of the car or in the tent, what food I'll be eating there, how I'm going to swap my drinks out, how I'm going to rest, whether I'm going to be changing socks or tops, all of these things. So that'll be in a separate video. It's getting close now. I'm feeling ready and I'm looking forward to just getting on with it and seeing what the challenge brings. If this has been any use to you at all, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned because it's going to be an epic journey. Can't wait to take you with me. See you in the next one.